Do you want to learn English in a fun way? You don't need boring grammar books. You don't need to memorize long word lists. You just need a story. A good story. When you hear a story, you don't even notice how much you are learning. Your brain listens. It follows. It remembers. That's how we learned our first language, and that's how you can learn English too. So before we start, do this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want more stories like this. Like the video to support our work. Turn on the bell so you never miss a story again. Ready to enjoy? Let's go. It was still dark outside. The city of New York was quiet, almost silent. Most people were still sleeping. But Lisa was already awake. She put on her running shoes, tied her hair into a ponytail, and stepped outside. The air was cold. Her breath turned into small clouds as she started to run. Her new life in New York had just begun. Lisa had moved to New York 1 week ago. Everything was new. The streets, the sounds, the people, the buildings. It was big. It was loud. It was fast. But she liked it. Today, she wanted to run in Central Park for the first time. She had seen pictures of it online. It looked beautiful and green, full of tall trees and wide paths. A perfect place to run. She found the nearest entrance and jogged inside. The city disappeared behind her. Birds were singing. The wind moved the leaves gently. Squirrels ran across the path. She smiled. This was peaceful. She kept running. Time passed. She didn't check her phone. She didn't look at signs. She just followed the path. Left. Right. Up a small hill. Down again. Then she stopped. She took a deep breath and looked around. Wait. Where was she? She didn't recognize this part of the park. The path looked different. The trees were taller. The buildings were no longer visible. She turned around and ran back a little. But after a few minutes, she realized something. This wasn't the way she came from. She was lost. Lisa stood still for a moment. Her heart was beating fast, not because of the running, but because of the sudden fear. Central Park was huge. She had read it was over 800 acres. She didn't think someone could actually get lost in it. But now she wasn't sure. She took out her phone. No signal. She walked a little, hoping the signal would return. Still nothing. She checked the time. She had been running for over 45 minutes. She looked left. She looked right. There were many paths. Some were wide, some were narrow. Some looked the same. She chose one and started walking. But it led to a dead end, a small open area with a bench and a fountain. No people. No signs. Just the sound of the wind and some distant birds. Lisa sat down on the bench. She wasn't in danger. She knew that. But still, being alone, in a place she didn't know, with no clear direction, was not easy. She remembered her life back in her home country. It was simple. She knew where things were. She had her favorite cafe, her job, her family close. Here, everything was new. Even the trees felt foreign. But she also remembered why she came. She had dreams. She wanted something different. She wanted to grow. And she knew growth didn't come without a little confusion. She stood up again. She wasn't going to sit and wait. After walking for 10 more minutes, Lisa saw something, a small stone bridge. It looked old and beautiful. She ran toward it. Maybe it would take her to another part of the park she recognized. She crossed it. On the other side, she saw a runner. He was stretching, facing away from her. She wanted to ask for help, but then remembered she didn't want to speak to anyone. Not today. Not yet. She liked the silence. She watched where the runner went and quietly followed him at a distance. He ran fast, turned left, then right. Lisa tried to remember the turns. But soon, she lost him. Now she was alone again. But something felt different. This part of the park had benches with numbers, signs, trash cans, civilization. She smiled. She was getting closer. Then came a surprise. It started to rain. Small drops at first. Then bigger, louder ones. The sky turned gray. The trees began to shake. Lisa ran for cover. She found a small wooden structure, a place with a roof and 2 benches. She waited there. Her clothes were a little wet, but not too bad. She looked at her phone again. Still no signal. She thought about her apartment. She thought about hot coffee. She thought about her warm blanket. This was supposed to be a short morning run. But now it was a whole adventure. She waited 10 more minutes. Then the rain stopped. Lisa continued walking. She took a different path, one that went uphill. When she reached the top, she gasped. The view was beautiful. Below her, she saw a lake. Trees surrounded it like a green wall. Ducks were swimming. And beyond the lake, she saw it. A tall building she recognized. It was close to her apartment. She laughed. Finally, she knew where to go now. She ran down the hill, across the lake's edge, and followed the path toward the building. Her steps were faster now, lighter. Her heart was full of joy. After 20 more minutes, she reached the park's exit. The street looked familiar. Cars passed by. She saw the coffee shop near her home. She crossed the street and opened the door to her building. She took the elevator to the 4th floor. When she opened the door to her apartment, it felt like the best place in the world. She laughed again. She made coffee. She sat near the window and looked outside. It was still morning, but it felt like she had lived a full day. She didn't regret getting lost. Sometimes, getting lost is how you find yourself. Do you know how much English you learned from this story? Let's look at it. You learned how to talk about time and actions in the past, like she ran, she didn't check, she smiled. You learned useful everyday vocabulary, like path, hill, rain, bench, lost. You saw how to describe feelings without saying them directly, like her heart was full of joy. You got used to real sentence patterns, like she had just begun, she didn't regret. Sometimes, getting lost is how you find yourself. And you didn't even notice. Why? Because your brain was having fun. That's the power of stories. You just learned naturally and unconsciously. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment below. Tell us, have you ever been lost somewhere before? Did you like the story? What did you learn from it? Also, want to practice English by speaking with others? Join our Telegram group where you can find English-speaking partners. The link is pinned in the description. Let's grow together, one story at a time. Remember, every day, we upload new educational videos and stories to keep your learning journey fun and engaging. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us on this adventure toward mastering English. See you tomorrow.